Hi everyone, I'm Johnny and today we are reviewing City of Life and Death, a highly acclaimed Chinese movie covering the Nanjing Massacre of 1937. The film is emotional, shocking, and beautifully directed in a way that doesn't allow the viewer to look away from the horror that was the event. There have been several movies and documentaries covering the Nanjing Massacre. The event was one of the most brutal and horrific war crimes of the 20th century, if not ever. The Nanjing Massacre took place in 1937 during Japan's invasion and occupation of mainland China. This was known as the Second Sino-Japanese War, fought between the Republic of China and the Empire of Japan until the end of World War II in 1945. This war was as bloody and massive in scope as any other during World War II. The Chinese commanded some 14 million troops against Japan's better organized and ruthless 4.1 million force. It is estimated that upwards of 20 million Chinese civilians and soldiers died during the war. China only suffered behind the Soviet Union in loss of life, with the Soviet Union losing near 27 million lives during the World War II era. Japanese forces attacked Nanjing in early December of 1937. The city was defended by a mix of untrained drafted civilians and experienced troops who were exhausted from having previously fought in Shanghai. The Battle of Nanjing lasted from December 1st to December 13th, as 200,000 Japanese soldiers advanced on the city. Japan would suffer less than 2,000 deaths and kill approximately 50,000 Chinese soldiers. China's capital would be relocated deeper within the country. The strategy would be to wear down the Japanese using China's vastness and population. Some Chinese units fought on in the city, but many attempted to flee or blend into the civilian population in hopes of survival. However, after the Battle of Nanjing, which ended December 13, 1937, the large-scale civilian massacre began. City of Life and Death gives a close-up on the massacre from several points of view. There is significant focus on the faces of warfare: children, soldiers, men, and women. The Nanking Massacre affected every living being in the city. Women were affected the worst. The director does not hide the reality of the massacre, and many scenes I cannot show in this review. The violence is at no time during the film without meaning, and often shown from different perspectives. What particularly stands out is the Japanese perspective. The Chinese have every right to hate Japan for the event, yet the Japanese aren't dehumanized in the film. They are shown as diverse and human. The crimes are carried out with anxiety by at least some, and haunt others. You of course feel the most pain for the Chinese civilians, but you also feel the Japanese soldiers have lost part of their lives, or souls in this place. Though the movie makes you hate the invading soldiers, at times you are left viewing them as helpless and weak. The movie uncomfortably drags you into both perspectives. I was left asking myself, how would I fight against this behavior if I was a young soldier in the Japanese army? More disturbingly, of course, how would I protect my family, my wife, or children against such an army? Ultimately, the fall of Nanjing did not bring about China's surrender, as Japanese General Matsui believed. The massacre increased international support for China. Even Germany's greatest hero of the era was born out of the event. John Raab protested against the Japanese and organized safe zones for thousands of Chinese citizens. It was good to see him featured in the film. After the war, General Matsui would be executed for his role in the massacre, but Princess Saka, who also commanded over the event, did not face a trial due to General Douglas MacArthur granting immunity to the Japanese imperial family. Alright, I'm Johnny. Do check out City of Life and Death. It's a violent but powerful film and should be an emotional experience for any viewer. The film does what is incredibly hard to do and showcases the horror without being distasteful or gratuitous. If you want to support the channel, like or subscribe, and we'll see you next time.